Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube. I'm so excited that you had a chance to click this link to even see what this video is all about. My name is Coach Zakia Robinson and I am a certified coach. I'm not a counselor. That's one thing. I'm not a therapist. That's another. So every information that you get from this video will be from either study, research, from me taking my courses on to become a certified coach, and life experience, and from dealing with other people that I have also been coaching. So it's a collective of information that I would like to share with you today. A lot of times we go through things in life and we have a hard time accepting what we go through. So a lot of times we put that in the back of our minds to where we don't even think about it anymore. And then you end up running into being in relationships with people, right? And then you realize that I have a trigger. I don't like when a certain person or people do this to me or say this to me, or every time I smell this smell, it brings back a bad memory, right? So the thing is we have to begin to recognize these triggers and accepting. And when I say accepting, I mean that you're actually taking knowledge that something happened to me and I need to get this figured out. I need to unpack it and unload it so that I can be healthy and whole. All right, and that is what I plan on helping you with today. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about is recognizing where the triggers is coming from. And I'm going to give a personal experience. I'm a person who was raped before, and for a while I was in a lot of self-denial about it. The reason I was in denial about it because I was in a relationship with the person, so I was just like, it wasn't rape. I've had intercourse with this person before, and it just happened. But the more I began to move on with my life separated from this person, I began to realize that I was having some serious triggers because of it. I had to ask myself a couple of questions. One, did I say yes? The answer is no. I actually was saying no. I actually used force to get the person off of me, and I actually felt very used, okay? And I felt fearful. So when I began to recognize some of the triggers and some of the things that I actually experienced and encountered during the interaction with this person during the rape, I had to come to terms with, I have been raped. I had to say, Zakia, you've been raped, and you're going to have to move past this, and you're going to have to get help for this. It's not something that actually happened overnight, but this is something that I had to take steps towards to being whole and healthy. All right. So recognizing what the trauma is important. Some people may have poor communication skills and they feel like they can't express how they feel to people, and they don't understand why they don't want to express it. They just know that they don't want to express it. So it's something that once I begin to coach someone through these problems and I begin to talk to them, I begin to say, okay, like how far back was this incident of where you shut communication off and being able to explain to people how you feel? And when they begin to think about it and they say, you know what, I think it was around maybe 5 or 6, and they tell me like how it actually happened, then they're like, oh, I was rejected, so that's why my communication have been cut off for me being able to want to express how I feel. Now it makes sense. Now we know where the pinpoint of that is. So that's number one, is to be able to recognize where the trigger is, where did it stem from, how old were you, and now you can begin to move forward to being able to express and communicate better with people, and then you set goals in order to get to that point to be able to freely express without feeling like something is wrong with you. All right? The next thing is I want to talk about steps going towards your healing, okay? Obviously, there's a lot of different things that you can do towards healing. But for me, and I'm talking about what I've experienced and everything that I've been through, I'm a person who's been through narcissistic abuse, okay? I'm a person who's been through a divorce. I'm a person who's been molested. I'm a person who's also been raped. So when you begin to unpack everything that has happened to you, and you have to really begin to say, how can I get whole? And that is the key, is to make yourself back whole and useful again, so that you can be here and do the calling that you have been called to do. All right? Seek mentor. You can seek a counselor. You can seek a therapist. You can seek a life coach. And the difference between a life coach and a counselor and counselors, they can prescribe medication. They do not necessarily give you their opinions, like their personal experiences, but they will tell you the plan, okay? Maybe medicate you if you're depressed and have anxieties and you have all these different things. They may prescribe medication, okay? The difference between a life coach and a mentor, outside of the counseling and the therapist, is we are there to support you. We're there to guide you. We're there we call you to see if you're sticking to the plan that we have set up. And the big thing is you set your plans. Yes, we may give advice, but at the end of the day, we need to make sure that you're going to follow through with your own plan. So we help you create a plan that is reasonable for yourself so that you're able to become whole and become the you again each and every day. It takes one day at a time. So that is the difference. Life coaching, we give experiences. We help you come up with a plan. And the thing is, you have to come up with that plan. And a lot of times when I'm dealing with someone who had a narcissistic abuse relationship, or maybe they was abused in some kind of way, it's sometimes hard to even think that you even have a voice or an opinion. So a lot of times they say, I don't know what I want. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I don't know, what my next meal is going to be, because I don't know, because the person that they were with planned it all. So now that they had the ability to be able to just have that opinion, to know what they want, they begin to be like, okay, well, I have to think about that. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes we need to just let the person unload, and then their homework would be to begin to think about things that they want and where they want to see themselves. And when they come back and we go over the homework and they begin to say, you know what, I'm excited. I got goals. This is what I want for myself. This is where I want to trigger the healing at. And we begin to set those goals, and we begin to make them whole again, make them useful again, make them happy and joyful and not fearful and feeling like they don't have an opinion, okay? So I really hope that this video helps you. I really hope that you use some of the tools of making yourself whole again. And that's the biggest point, is to recognizing that problem, getting tied with someone that's going to hold you accountable to sticking to your plan, and someone who's going to push you and drive you to being a better you. Remember that it's one day at a time. Your problem did not start like one day, okay? It did not start in one day. It started, and then it triggers, and then, another person triggers it. It's like it trickles up into your adult life, and now you have to unload all of this. And in order to do that, it's going to take for you to be consistent, one day at a time, and recognize that I am moving towards steps to be happy, whole, and just free again. All right? Again, my name is Coach Zakia Robinson. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will do my best to upload as many videos that's going to help you. If you have an idea of a video where you need more information about, please don't hesitate to put that in the comments. And again, you all have a blessed day.